ladies and gents. You join me in the Tardis. Well, again, my bedroom. May as well be the Tardis. Significant progress on the Tardis console models. I'm going to show you now. I've done a nice little setup here. Not as good as I wanted it to be, this setup, but it's best I can do with the time I had, because I have really been at this all day and I'm still not finished. I've got a few lovely finishing touches I want to do to the console just to top it off. So let's have a look, shall we? And here we are. Yes, I have painted a lot of the controls today. How about that then? That has really come along. There's the door lever there. There's all them switches painted. And I have my phone just set on my little tripod here, so excuse the shakiness while I just do a nice little feature here. The TARDIS will just leave the scene for a moment. There we go. And just as how timely of the sound effects. Yes, there we are. I managed to fit the lighting as well. Now, it has a pinkish hue because the lighting I fitted inside is a clear white, but it's obviously bouncing off the red 3D printed rods inside, so along with the clear 3D printed pieces. So you get like a sort of a pinkish sort of colour. It's not too bad, really. To be fair, my camera is sort of highlighting the colour a lot. To the eye, it's white. It's the camera really just making it look more pink than anything else. So yeah. So what have I done? Well, let's just bring the console closer to me here. What have I done? Well, as you can see here, I've painted a lot of these pieces here along here, the yellow. I've added the black, I've done all the black buttons. I've done all of the red ones as well, I believe. I've done some silver buttons, blue, green. It's difficult to pin the buttons down exactly, so I used a mixture of Troy's guide and the actual prop itself and the console that was in the Doctor Who experience in Cardiff. So I've used a good mixture of different, different reference really. Because to be fair, the buttons did move around a lot anyway. So yeah, again, I am very pleased. I'm getting a lovely. See if I can just. I'll just dim the lighting there a little bit. Again, see it looks pink, but you're getting a nice reflection off the chrome paint in there as well. Yeah, excellent. Let's lighten that back up again and focus. There we go. It's obviously not. I haven't glued the console to the base just yet, so it's still sliding about a little bit. I need to touch up the silver paint around here. I haven't done. The only thing I haven't done is on some of the panels you have a red. See if I can just focus in on there. You have red lines around some of the panels. Now I haven't done it to all of them yet because, see, for instance, this panel here. Now this one has a red border around it, and I can't do it here because the buttons are in the way. And it would just look silly if I tried to do it, so I just thought it's best left. Same goes for these sections here. In the inside here, you have a red lines inside, like a red border inside. There isn't a paintbrush I could use that I could get in there to do a nice perfectly straight line. And if I tried it, it would just be a mess, so I'm just going to leave them. So yeah. It's easier sections like this because you have the space to maneuver to get in there to do those lines. Same with the yellow lines here. Essentially, I did these yellow lines with my airbrush because yellow paint is notoriously difficult to get put on right. So the controls are pretty much done. I have a trick I'm going to do for the screens. I'm not going to paint the screens black because they weren't black, they were a grey screen. I've done the border of the screens though, but I have a trick there. Before I actually finish this, I'm going to do with those screens. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with these sections here. These pieces were translucent plastic which were lit from behind, and obviously I can't do that with this, so I haven't decided what I'm going to do with these yet. Same goes for this piece here. Obviously it was a translucent piece of plastic that lit up from behind. I can't do that, so I haven't decided what I'm going to do there just yet. Yeah, I'm very pleased, and with the added bonus of fitting the lighting, yeah, excellent. It scales very well too. Looking at it like at this angle through my phone as I'm filming here, looking at it like this, it really does scale quite nicely. Especially since I removed all of the 3D printing around certain sections, especially the dies around here. That it just looks lovely and smooth. It just scales so nice. So yes, there we go. A lot of the console controls painted there. Not 100% yet, but in the mid 90s percentage wise to being done. Is going to be primed tomorrow, so that's ready to go as well to start the painting stage on that one. Other than that, yeah, I'm very happy with how this has gone. It was a little daunting at first. I suppose anybody receiving that kit will find it very daunting. As far as I'm concerned, lighting wise, if you're going to do this kit, I wouldn't bother personally lighting some of the controls. I don't think it looks right. It's the scale, because you know the buttons are tiny. I knew in cross-eyed painting those controls. The controls are so tiny, and if you try to light some of the buttons and the controls and things like that, it just doesn't scale right. So personally, I would just go for the time rotor. Just light the time rotor. It looks great lit. It works really well. It scales really well. And if you try, you're just adding extra work for yourself for quite frankly a model that is incredibly small scale. Just like the time rotor. Just like the time rotor. It looks fantastic. I mean, you don't need to light the buttons. The buttons are too small to be lighting them anyway. Yes, you could light the screens if you wanted to, but it's a lot of work to just, unless you modified the file to take out the screen and hollow it out. I don't see any point in doing that, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, just like the time rotor as far as I'm concerned. I think that's it. I'm going to have a break from that console for tomorrow, and I'll be working a lot more on the other one, and I also have other couple of commissions which I really should catch up on, so I'm going to start those tomorrow. So no, I don't think there'll be any TARDIS build diary tomorrow, other than the next one will probably be the final push for this console, the finishing, which will be sort of the varnishes and things like that, which I'll talk about in the next build diary. So there we go. That being said, I will say good night, and I'll leave you with a parting shot of that TARDIS console. Bye, guys.